Okay, I've been watching a lot of videos, and uh, I really disagree with his $15 an hour. This will destroy all small businesses. I think we should go for a minimum wage of 10 cents an hour, but give me control over 1,000 copies of myself. You know, we can all start off working for the government using LifeLog, getting paid money to fill out information to make the copies of ourselves more realistic. Even though they're only going to be on their silver computer and they can go ahead and answer the phones for all of these places. Because if you're paying someone 10 cents an hour, that would help out with a lot of the companies that are replacing them with automated robots, which they do not pay for. But if they pay you 10 cents an hour, plus the electricity is not being charged to their store, it's being charged to the federal government, so they save a little bit of money having you with the employees, so it's less. But and the best part is you by you being a employee at so many different companies, you're gonna get employee discounts all over the place. Okay, well, one place we need to do is Amazon. They already get so much money from the government. We should come up with a deal where we can work and spy on Amazon and make sure they're not cheating and doing whatever behind our backs. I think I can only speak for me, but like I refuse to use Facebook now because I'm not getting paid for it. But like, if I'm getting money, I have no problem giving my information. I know there are some people that want to be completely private. They're talking about VPNs, you know, probably through 3 different colored countries. And then there's the other party that is too young to realize that socialism leads to communism. Socialism started with Nazi Germany. Well, it started before that, but Nazi Germany was socialist. Nazi Germany killed 7 million Jews. The Democrats have killed 15 million babies ever since World War II. We need to, you say that's pro-choice, but you're not giving any choices. Why are we not growing kids in the hospital? I'm sure there's enough Christian organizations that will pay for us to fund growing kids in the hospital rather than having you kill a kid. My Christian God would much rather have you grow the kid than kill him in the behind 7-Eleven. Not really a medical clinic, not really a hospital where we could be growing the kid. We take him to the hospital and we put them out into a test tube and then grow them from there. They're already doing cloning of sheep, animals, and maybe humans, but we don't know because they're hiding everything from us. And the only way to get that is if we all work for the government, all work for the CIA, have them make duplicate copies of ourselves. Every person that signs up gets 1,000 duplicate copies of themselves. You know, we can do it. We can get the other 5 countries. At least this way it'd be run by the government. So we would have freedom of speech, unlike with the private companies that got offended by our speech. We would have freedom of speech. And we should actually have more effect on the one speech where we have, you're not allowed to threaten people. So, no trying to recommend people to take over the government or kill the president like they're doing on Twitter. But Twitter is a private company. We have no control of that. So we need to have a government company. I'd rather have, instead of Twitter getting money, we should have that on the government where we get money from us using the application, looking at advertisements. You know, if me and the government were getting money, that would be a lot better than me using Twitter, where they suspended me from comparing the Democrats to the Nazis. I'm sorry, I believe the Democrats were invaded by the Nazis. And yes, I know they convinced you the Nazis were Republicans. But the only thing the Nazis and Republicans have in common is they were nationalists. But the goal of the Nazis was globalization. They want to take over the whole world, kind of like the Democrats do. You know, these people like the idea of like free housing, free places and everything, or $50 minimum wage, free food and all that. Well, why don't we all just work for the government and fill out life logs? We can get $200 before taxes, pay your 50% taxes. That means $100 goes into taxes, which they can pay for the next hour of work. That is the wonder of printing money. You know, we can have it where it's on the government cell phone, kind of like Google Pay, because I want to avoid them putting microchip into people. So what we need to do is convince them to give us a government cell phone that we can use to pay stuff. Because if you want to get rid of cash, and if I don't have a cell phone, I'm really screwed. And there's a lot of people that don't have cell phones. And they're really expensive. Like, I got lucky in the place where I live is covering my cell phone. So that is a good thing. I don't have to deal with anything. But, you know, I want to live somewhere else where it's easier for me. I really miss my place. I live downtown. I only pay $500 a month. But I have a situation I'm dealing with right now. I've been legally over here for way too long. So I have to come up with money somehow, but I'm not being able to leave my house, and I have to hire a lawyer to do the paperwork, either to renew my citizenship or to try to let them let me take the test to be your citizen, which I kind of want to do because of Trump. There's actually someone that cares about America. You know, I, but once I do my citizenship, I will be able to take care of a lot of problems. That's just the first thing I need to do. But I'm hoping I give them into April to figure out what I can do. If I have other stuff to make my power a wheelchair, so I can go out, but he never takes me outside. And my door, there's always a car on my neighbor's driveway, so I can't crawl out of my house. I'm hoping maybe I'll pay attention and keep track of see if he leaves and go over there. Cause every time it looks at cars there, and so there we go. My little mushroom helmet. Keep my head protected. You know? Well, I got some really cool projects I'm gonna use eventually and start and get really popular. I'm thinking that once I do that, I'm hoping, well, I can use this channel or I can start a new channel. But, you know, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna keep this channel. If the caregiver ever give me the package, I'm sick of it. I order stuff and then I don't get it after it said it's delivered. But like, I don't know, I ordered one package and I asked one of my caregivers about my package. He said, no, you didn't get it. Then I asked my other caregiver, and then he went and found it. I'm like, well, dude, I want mail to come to my own house. I want to be in charge of the mail again. Okay, well, I'm gonna talk to you later. Bye.